What is up, YouTube? Day five in the October Horror Movie Challenge. My quest to watch 100 films in the month. I'm actually trying to go for 200 this month. We'll see if I can make it. And do this if you want to follow along on DVDtalk.com. A lot of people on there. I mean, at least 100, 125, I think, are doing it. Of that, I'd say 95% of it are people that do it every year and update their list and talk and, get into discussion about the films. Also doing this on Letterboxd with Hooptober, but I've only watched a couple films on that list. I'm trying to knock off the checklist on DVD Talk, and then I'll move over and knock out the 33 films on the other one. I have some of them in. I have about 5 or 6 in already at this point, but I will try to get the rest of them. Decent day of watching movies. I watched probably my largest number of rewatches today so far. And I watched a couple of Luchador movies. I've been getting into it with El Rey Network. They show Luchador movies every Saturday, so I had a couple of them recorded and I wanted to check out. First watch was actually movie of the day for the future. We have one day coming up where it's chronological battle, where it's 4 films. You have a film from 25 years, 50 years, 75 years, and 100 years of film history. And the film from the 75, from 1945, was The Body Snatcher with Bela Lugosi and Boris Karloff. Kind of has a Burke and Hare feel to it, and they even get mentioned in the movie. Bella is only in a few scenes, but Boris is kind of like one of the main characters. Very well done movie, though. I don't think it's Universal. I think it's outside Universal, but it's just seeing the two of them together. And I don't even think they have a scene together. They might have one where they speak to each other real quick, but it was like Boris Karloff, just without the makeup and everything, just it lends to how iconic he is in horror. Just the stuff he could do, even with makeup, without makeup. 7 out of 10 out of it, though. I really liked it. One of the best first time watches of the year, and probably one of my favorite movies so far. I watch it. I want to see if I can get a copy of it. It was that fun of a movie. Next, getting into Luchador movies. There's 2 different ones here. 2 different ends of the spectrum. First one is Curse of the Aztec Mummy, and this was older. This was I think late 50s. And there's a part when this movie starts, it feels like a silent movie, like the visual style, like just the way it was filmed. It feels like a silent movie from the 20s or 30s. And I don't know if it was just they had inferior film or something or what, but somewhere in the film it kicks over and it actually looks a lot better. It looks back into the 50s and everything. But it's not that good of a movie. It's kind of corny. El Santo's not in this one. I believe he wasn't. It was somebody else, the Angel or something. But this, you could see, where the basis for all the luchador character being in the film, in these types of films, starts. It's the same setup, oh, the luchador is going to save us because we can't save it. We need a hero, and here's the luchador, and he's going to save us. And it's just kind of like a corny sci-fi type, like how in America we had the 50s sci-fi movies. It's kind of like the same B-level type, but it just, it's a little more off, I'd say. 3 out of 10. It's I know there's a Mystery Science Theater 3000 version of this, because it is that bad of a film that you could lampoon it and everything. After I watched that, I watched Revenge of the Crying Woman, which is La Llorona. That's second La Llorona reference in so far this watching, which I've never seen any La Llorona movie. In probably in the next few days, I'm going to probably watch another, because one I saw on Shudder, straight from Mexico, so it'll probably be my third one of it. But this was a lot better. This was El Santo's in this, and he's teaming up with a boxer in this. Usually it's El Santo and Blue Demon together, but this one was just El Santo teaming up with a boxer, and it's a little bit better. I believe it's in the 70s, and the La Llorona, doesn't feel like the same, like how you see the La Llorona movies now and everything. It doesn't feel the same, but it has enough of that story to go along with it. But El Santo, it's just cultural icon in Mexico, so it's cool to see where these movies are cheaply made and they just kill in the box office because he was so popular and everything. I actually go 5.5 out of 10 of this. I really liked it. I've only seen about 5 luchador movies, but this might be the second or third best one I've seen out of the 5. So it's right in the middle, leaning towards the upper side. I do like it, and I'm probably gonna have a couple more through this month because, like I said, I record them. They're easy watches. They're really good on El Rey Network and everything. Movie of the day was kind of a step down from past couple days, and I think that was known going into. A lot of people are talking about how bad this movie is. It's a shot-on-video movie from 1982, and it's Boarding House, and it doesn't know if it wants to be like a sci-fi horror film in the vein of like The Fury or anything like that, or if it wants to be a slasher. But I mean, I would say it's for a shot on video movie that somebody just made. It looks like and submitted to, I don't even know what, but it has some good special effects in it. There are some cool scenes and everything where the practical effects are really done, and that happens a lot of times in shot on video movies because people doing it are usually fans of the genre, and they know how to get the cheap way of doing stuff. Like there's plenty of cheap ways special effects can be done that actually come out decent. You know, for Halloween one year, I went as JFK, and the back of my skull, the show blown out, I just took fake blood, cornflakes, and hair glue. Just kind of like mix it up, and I would just like pull the hair, and it looked like it was blasted out. And I mean, that was a cheap effect, and that's what these guys know how to do, and it works. So 3 out of 10, really kind of movie. Shot on video is not my thing. Like I'm really not a big fan of it. I do want to check out 555. I've been saying that for like 5 years basically, but a lot of times these shot on video movies are just so badly acted, it just takes you out of the whole like image of it. It just messes you up with it. So after that, I needed to check for watching a film and its remake back to back. So I watched The Haunting from 1963 and The Haunting from 1999. And I remember seeing The Haunting from 99 in the movie theaters when it first came out and everything, and I really liked it then, but I never seen the original at that point. And then going back and seeing the original, it's two vastly different movies in my mind. Like, not like storyline's the same, but the one from the 60s is so more well done, and continues watching the 99. It's kind of like doesn't hold up over time. Like the effects are kind of corny. The whole storyline's kind of like with the house with the the windows turn into eyeballs and stuff. Kind of falls apart. The one from 63, I go 7, probably 7 out of. Maybe I go 7.5, but probably 7 out of 10. The remake, I go 5.5 out of 10. I like. Actually, no, I go 5 out of 10. I like it, but it's like it's one of those films that's dropping and continue with watching. So it's an easy watch though. Like I'll probably watch it again next year or the year after because it is like that late 90s William Castle remake craze that went on for a little while, and it was one of, I don't know, I want to say it's one of the better ones because I think I put it below House on Haunted Hill and 13 Ghosts. It's a different kind because it kind of goes straight route with horror. You do have a little bit of comedy with not the Owen Wilson. I always get the Wilson brothers mixed up, but yeah, like I said, 5 out of 10. After that, I watched a film that it's actually negative. Like it's low score on IMDb. I think it's a 4.6 or 4.4. And I've seen a lot of people rip it apart online, and I actually liked it, which tends to happen sometimes. You like a film that everybody else hates, but for some reason, I think it's getting like a lot of flack. It's not a bad film in my opinion. Like it's kind of a cool twist on it, and that is The Shed, vampire movie. You have a hunter gets bit by a vampire, and as he's turning, he goes hiding into it in a shed in this kid's yard, and the kid is growing up. He's kind of got a rough life. His parents died young. He lives with his grandfather. His grandfather's like an asshole and everything, and he's getting bullied at school, him and his friends, and just the way everything turns, and you get more vampires out of it, and it's a cool concept. I liked it. I think it was a lot better than people are giving it. I go 5.5 out of 10. I lean towards a 6 out of 10. I really did like it. Movie after that, I love Hammer flicks. I love Hammer flicks that star Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing. This is in a Hammer movie. I don't even know if it's Amicus, but Peter Cushing in Island of Terror, which kind of feels like a Doctor Who episode, really, and which is kind of cool in itself. But these creatures are they suck the skeletal system out of people, and that's a cool concept in my opinion, and it works. It's got it's hokey at times, and the effects of the monsters is a little goofy at times, but it does work. It's Peter Cushing could sell anything, and him as trying to help solve this case. It feels like it's like Van Helsing solving a case. I go 6.5 out of 10. Like I said, I really dug it. Like Britain really that whole cycle. Anything basically with Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee, that whole 30-year run, mid 50s to early 80s, they just killed it in everything they did together. So a decent day. Got 4 movies in. Better than yesterday. I do like more of the films I watched today. The only bad one really was Boarding House. And Curse of the Aztec Mummy was kind of rough too, but everything else was pretty good. Yeah, I mean, good first time watching The Body Snatcher and Island of Terror. Both were very good. So till then,